this is good. This is the very last period of Woodward Academy presenting Shakespearean Sonnet Slam / Festival, the Bard's 450th Birthday Bash. Thank you very much for tuning in all day as we read all 154 of Shakespeare's sonnets. We're going to go a little bit out of order to accommodate everyone's schedule. So without further ado, we're going to have the reading of Sonnet 140 first. And then we'll go back into the order and read Sonnet 128. All right, so we're going to read. Coming to the stage now, we have Niall Johnson, who will be performing Sonnet 140. Niall?
Be wise as thou art cruel. Do not press my tongue-tied patience with too much disdain. Less sorrow, lend me words and words expressed. The manner of my pity wanting pain. If I might teach thee wit, better it were. Thou not to love, yet love to tell me so. As testy sick men, when their deaths be near, no news, but hell from the physicians know. For if I should despair, I would grow mad, and in my madness might speak ill of thee. Now this ill-wrestling world is grown so bad. Mad slanders by mad ears believed be, that I not be so, nor thou belied. Bear thine eyes straight, thou they proud heart go wide.
All right, now up next, coming to the stage to read sonnet number 128 is Sarah Lou. Sarah? Now, for good luck, rub Shakespeare's head like you do with the Apollo.
Okay.
All right, and good luck.
Thank you. Okay. How oft when thou, my music playest, upon that blessed wood whose motion sounds, with thy sweet fingers when thou gently swayest, the wiry concord that mine ear confounds. Do I envy those jacks that nimble leap to kiss the tender inward of thy hand? Whilst my poor lips, which should that harvest reap, at the wood's boldness by thee blushing stand. To be so tickled they would change their state and situation with those dancing chips, o'er whom thy fingers walk with gentle gait, making dead wood more blessed than living lips. Since saucy jacks so happy are in this, give them thy fingers, me thy lips to kiss.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah. Now, coming to the stage next, we have the reading of Shakespearean sonnet number 129 by Susanna Bacchi.
The expense of spirit in a waste of shame is lust in action until action lust, is perjured, murderous, bloody, full of blame, savage, extreme, rude, cruel, not to trust, enjoyed no sooner but despised straight, past reason hunted and no sooner had, past reason hated as a swallowed bait, on purpose laid to make the taker mad. Mad in pursuit and in possession so, having and in quest to have extreme, a bliss in proof and proved a very woe, before joy proposed behind a dream. All this the world well knows, yet none knows well, to shun the heaven that leads men to this hell.
All right, you gotta rub his head, remember that. All right, thank you very much, Susanna. All right, now, coming to the podium now to recite sonnet number 130 is Sam LaFar.
My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, why then her breasts are dun. If hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head. I have seen roses damasked, red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. And in some perfumes is there more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath far more pleasing sound. I grant I never saw a goddess go, my mistress, when she walks, treads on the ground. And yet, by heaven, I think my love as rare as any she belied with false compare.
All right, thank you very much, Sam. All right, now coming to the podium next, we have the sonnet number 131, performed by Jack Bernard.
Thou art as tyrannous, so as thou art, as those whose beauties proudly make them cruel. For well thou knowest to my dear doting heart, thou art the fairest and most precious jewel. Yet in good faith some say that thee behold, thy face hath not the power to make love groan. To say there'er I dare not be so bold, although I swear it to myself alone. And to be sure that it is not false I swear, 1,000 groans but thinking on thy face. One on another's neck do witness bear, thy black is fairest in my judgment's place. In nothing art thou black save in thy deeds, and thence this slander as I think proceeds.
All right, thank you very much. Now, coming to the podium next is going to be the reading of Shakespearean sonnet number 132 by Jesse Newman.
Should I rub his head?
Yes. Good luck.
Okay.
Like
Thank you. Wait, this is Apollo?
It's Shakespearean book.
Oh, okay.
And I did know.
Okay. Thine eyes I love, and they as pitying me, knowing thy heart torment me with disdain, have put on black and loving mourners be, looking with pretty ruth upon my pain, and truly not the morning sun of heaven better becomes the grey cheeks of the east, nor that full star that ushers in the even doth half that glory to the sober west. As those two morning eyes become thy face, O let it then as well beseem thy heart, to mourn for me since morning doth thee grace, and suit thy pity like in every part. Then will I swear beauty herself is black, and all they foul that thy complexion lack.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, next up, we have sonnet number 133 by Roshni Kyler.
Beshrew that heart that makes my heart to groan, for that deep wound it gives my friend and me. It's not enough to torture me alone, but slave to slavery my sweetest friend must be. Me from myself thy cruel eye hath taken, and my next self thou harder hast engrossed. Of him, myself, and thee I am forsaken, a torment thrice, threefold thus to be crossed. Prison my heart in thy steel bosom's ward, but then my friend's heart let my poor heart bail. Whoe'er keeps me, let my heart be his guard. Thou canst not then use rigor in my jail. And yet thou wilt, for I being pent in thee, perforce am thine and all that is in me.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. Now, coming to the podium next is going to be the reading of Shakespearean sonnet number 134 by Tam Wheat.
So now I have confessed that he is thine, and I myself am mortgaged to thy will. Myself I'll forfeit, so that other mine thou wilt restore to be my comfort still. But thou wilt not, nor he will not be free. He learned, for thou art covetous, and he is kind. He learned but surety like to write for me, under that bond that him his fist doth bind, the statute of thy beauty thou wilt take, thou usurer that putt'st forth all to use, and sue a friend came debtor for my sake, so him I lose through my unkind abuse. Him I have lost, thou hast both him and me. He pays the whole, and yet am I not free.
Thank you very much, Tam. Now, up next, we have the reading of Shakespearean sonnet number 135 by Sarah Kate Carpenter.
Whoever hath her wish, thou hast thy will, and will to boot, and will an overplus. More than enough am I that vex thee still, to thy sweet will making addition thus. Wilt thou whose will is large and spacious, not once vouchsafe to hide my will in thine? Shall will in others seem right gracious, and in my will no fair acceptance shine?
The sea all water yet receives rain still, and in abundance addeth to his store. So thou being rich in will, add to thy will one will of mine to make thy large will more. Let no unkind, no fair beseechers kill. Think all but one, in me and that one will.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Now, we have a special guest performance by none other than the head of the Woodward Academy English Department and a co-sponsor of the first annual Woodward Academy Shakespearean Sonnet Slam / Festival. This is Peggy McNash.
Sonnet 136. If thy soul check thee that I come so near, swear to thy blind soul that I was thy will. And will thy soul knows is admitted there. Thus far for love, my love sweet, sweet fulfill. Will fulfill the treasure of thy love, and fill it full with wills, and my will one. In things of great receipt with case we prove, among a number one is reckoned none. Then in the number let me pass untold, though in thy store's account I one must be, for nothing hold me, so it please thee hold, that nothing me, a something sweet to thee. Make but my name thy love, and love that still, and then thou lovest me, for my name is Will.
Thank you very much, Mrs. McNash. All right, now, in true guerrilla Shakespeare fashion, we're going to take a interlude at this moment, and we're going to have a special performance by our own Mr. Bill Batterman, who's going to come up right now. Let's give Mr. Batterman a hand. All right, and Mr. Batterman is going to be performing a special rendition from famous scenes out of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet.
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou her maid art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady, oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Very good, very good. All right, that was Mr. Bill Batterman doing an excerpt from Romeo and Juliet. Now, back to the Shakespearean sonnets. We have number 137, which will be performed by Kate Johnson.
Though blind fool love, what dost thou to mine eyes? That they behold and see not what they see? They know what beauty is, see where it lies, yet what the best is take the worst to be. If eyes corrupt by over-partial looks, be anchored in the bay where all men ride, why, if eyes of falsehood hast thou forged hooks, whereto the judgment of mine heart is tied? Why should heart think that a several plot, which my heart knows the wide world's commonplace, or mine eyes, seeing this, say this is not, to put fair truth upon so foul a face? If things right true, my heart and I have erred, and to this false plague, and now they have transferred.
Thank you very much, Kate. Now, up to the microphone next, we have sonnet number 138, which will be performed by Mr. McKinley Paul.
When my love swears that she is made of truth, I do believe her, though I know she lies, that she might think me some untutored youth, unlearned in the world's false subtleties. Thus vainly thinking that she thinks me young, although she knows my days are past the best. Simply I credit her false-speaking tongue. On both sides thus is simple truth suppressed. But wherefore says she, not she is unjust, and wherefore say not I that I am old? O love's best habit is in seeming trust, and age in love loves not to have years told. Therefore I lie with her, and she with me, and in our faults by lies we flattered be.
All right, very good. Coming up next, we'll have the reading of Shakespearean sonnet number 139 by Kate Regine.
O call me not to justify the wrong that thy unkindness lays upon my heart. Wound me not with thine eye, but with thy tongue. Use power with power, and slay me not by art. Thou tell me thou lovest everywhere, but in my sight. Dear heart, forbear to glance thine eye aside. What needest thou wound with cunning when thy might is more than my oppressed defense can bide? Let me excuse thee, my love well knows, her pretty looks have been mine enemies, and therefore from my face she turns my foes, that they elsewhere might dart their injuries. Yet do not so, but since I am near slain, kill me outright with looks and rid my pain.
All right, thank you very much. Now, as you all know, on your program, it says sonnet number 140, and I was supposed to perform it, but now Johnson did it out of order. So without further ado, let's welcome our Dean, who will be performing sonnet number 141, Dean Underwood. Dean? I wasn't expecting that.
In faith, I do not love thee with mine eyes, for they in thee 1,000 errors note. But 'tis my heart that loves what they despise, who in despite of you is pleased to dote. Nor are my ears with thy tongue's tune delighted, nor tender feeling to base touches prone, nor taste nor smell desire to be invited to any sensual feast with thee alone. But my 5 wits nor my 5 senses can dissuade one foolish heart from serving thee, who leaves unswayed the likeness of a man, thy pride heart's slave and vassal wretch to be. Only my plague, thus far I count my gain, that she that makes me sin awards me pain.
All right, now a little bit of change from the program again. Performing sonnet number 142, we have Ferris Watkins.
Love is my sin, and thy dear virtue hate. Hate of my sin, grounded on sinful loving. Oh, but with mine compare thou thine own state, and thou shalt find its merits not reproving. Oh, if it do not from those lips of thine, that thou have profaned their scarlet ornaments, and sealed false bonds of love as oft as mine, robbed others' beds, revenues of their rents. Be it lawful, I love thee, as thou lovest those whom thine eyes woo, as mine importune thee. Root pity in thine heart, that when it grows, thy pity may deserve to be pitied be. If thou dost seek to have what thou dost hide, by self-example mayest thou be denied.
All right, coming to the stage next, we have the reading of Shakespearean sonnet number 143 by our very own Chris Myers.
Lo, as a careful housewife runs to catch, one of her feathered creatures broke away. sets down her babe and makes a swift dispatch in pursuit of the things she would have stay. Whilst her neglected child holds her in chase, cries to catch her whose busy care is bent, to follow that which flies before her face, not prizing her poor infant's discontent. So runst thou after that which flies from thee, whilst I thy babe chase thee afar behind. But if thou catch thy hope, turn back to me, and play the mother's part, kiss me, be kind. So will I pray that thou mayst have thy will, if thou turn back in my loud crying still.
All right, thank you very much. Now, reading sonnet number 144, we have Sidney Curtin.
Two loves I have of comfort and despair, which like two spirits do suggest me still. The better angel is a man right fair, the worser spirit a woman colored ill. To win me soon to hell, my female evil tempteth my better angel from my side, and would corrupt my saint to be a devil, wooing his purity with her foul pride. And whether that my angel be turned fiend, suspect I may, but not directly tell, but being both from me, both to each friend, I guess one angel in another's hell. Yet this shall I never know, but live in doubt, till my bad angel fire my good one out.
All right, now, coming to the stage, we have a very special guest performance now. Performing sonnet number 145, we have Dean Anthony Thomas. Dean Thomas, go get him.
Sonnet 145. Those lips that love's own hand did make, breathed forth the sound that said I hate. To me that languished for her sake, but when she saw my woeful state, straight in her heart did mercy come, chiding that tongue that ever sweet, was used in giving gentle doom, and taught it thus anew to greet. I hate she'd altered with an end, that followed it as gentle day, though followed night, who like a fiend, from heaven to hell is flown away. I hate from hate away she threw, and saved my life saying, not you.
Look out, okay, I see you. All right, hey, try to top that one. I see you, Dean Thomas. All right, here we go. Performing sonnet number 146 is Scott Rubinger.
Poor soul, the center of my sinful earth, why feedest these rebel powers in the array? Why dost thou pine within in southern dearth, painting thy outward wall so costly gay? Why so large cost, having so short a lease, dost thou upon thy fading mansion spread? Shall worms, inheritors of this excess, eat up my charge? Is this thy body's end? Then so live thou upon thy servant's loss, and let that pine to aggravate thy store. By terms divine in selling hours of dross, within be fed, without be rich no more. So shalt thou be fed on death, and feeds by men, and death once dead, there's no more dying then.
All right, thank you very much. Now, coming to the stage, performing Shakespearean sonnet number 147 is Jared Ladden.
Sonnet 147. My love is as a fever, longing still for that which longer nurseth the disease, feeding on that which doth preserve the ill, the uncertain sickly appetite to please. My reason, the physician to my love, angry that his prescriptions are not kept, hath left me, and I, desperate now approve. Desire is death, which physic did expect. Past cure I am, now reason is past cure, and frantic mad with evermore unrest. My thoughts and my discourse as madman's are, at random from the truth vainly expressed. For I have sworn thee fair and thought thee bright, who art as black as hell and as dark as night.
Performing Shakespearean sonnet number 148 is Camille Sales. Thank you. All right, you got rub his head for good luck.
Oh me, what eyes have love put in my head, which have no correspondence with true sight? Or if they have, where is my judgment fled? That censures falsely what they see aright? If that be fair whereon my false eyes dote, what means the world to say it not so? If it be not, then love doth well denote. Love's eyes is not so true as all men's know. How can it? Oh, how can love's eyes be true? That is so vexed with watching and with tears. No marvel then, though I mistake my view. The sun itself sees not till heaven clears. O cunning love, with tears thou keepst me blind, lest eyes, while seeing thy foul thoughts, shall find.
All right, now we have a special performance in true guerrilla Shakespeare sonnet fashion and festival fashion. Coming to the stage, although she doesn't even know it yet, right now will be Mrs. Zenz. Come on, Miss Zenz, come on up. All right, who'll be performing? I don't know what she's going to be performing. She's going to tell you when she gets here. Mrs. Zenz has been so kind enough to pinch hit for us at the last minute with her and all of her classes. We had lots of people because of senior skip day who didn't show up for the performances even though they were scheduled to do so. Nonetheless, Ms. Zenz has been here nearly every single period, and either Ms. Zenz or members of her class have agreed to pinch hit and fill in for the people who happen to be absent today. So without further ado, let's have a warm welcome for Mrs. Zenz as she performs impromptu Shakespeare in the Plaza.
Mr. Jackson, thou art a lily-livered bootlicker, but we love you. But we love you. All right. From Act 5 of the tragedy Macbeth. Out, damn spot. Out, I say. One, two. Why then, 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, fie, my lord. A soldier and afeard. What need we fear who knows it when none can call our power to account? Yet who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him? The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What, will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar all this with your starting. Here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh! 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 Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's dead. He cannot come out on his grave. To bed. To bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come, come, come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed, to bed, to bed.
Very good. Very good. Well, very good. All right, thank you very much, Mrs. Zenz, for that special performance. All right, now we continue on with the reading of our Shakespearean sonnet. Up next, we have the reading of Shakespearean sonnet number 149 by Ferris Watkins.
Canst thou, O cruel, say I love thee not, when I against myself with thee partake? Do not think on thee, when I forgot, and of myself all tyrant for thy sake? Who hated thee that I do call my friend? On whom's frownest thou that I do fawn upon? Nay, if thou lurest on me, do I not spend revenge upon myself with present moan? What merit do I in myself respect? that is so proud thy service to despise, when all my best doth worship thy defect, commanded by the motion of thine eyes. But, love, hate on, for now I know thine mind. Those that can't see thou lovest, and I am blind.
All right, very good, Ferris. Thank you very much. Now, coming to the stage next is going to be a performance of Shakespearean Sonnet number 150 by Zeno Osahobo.
Oh, from what power hast thou this powerful might, with insufficiency my heart to sway, to make me give the lie to my true sight, and swear that brightness doth not grace the day? Whence hast thou this becoming of things ill, that in the very use of thy deeds there is such strength and worn tice of skill, that in my mind thy worst all best exceeds? Who taught thee how to make me love thee more, the more I hear and see just cause of hate? Oh, though I love what others do abhor, with others thou shouldest not abhor my state. If thy unworthiness raise love in me, more worthy I to be beloved of thee.
All right, here we go. Shakespearean Sonnet number 151 by Chris Leah.
Love is too young to know what conscience is, yet who knows not, conscience is born of love. Then, gentle cheater, urge not my amiss, lest guilty of my fault thy sweet self prove. For thou betraying me, I do betray my nobler part to my gross body's treason. My soul doth tell me, my body that he may triumph in love. Flesh stays no farther reason, but rising at thy name doth point out thee as triumphant prize. Proud of this pride, he is contented thy poor drudge to be, to stand in thy affairs, fall by thy side. No want of conscience hold it that I call her love, for whose dear love I rise and fall.
All right, next, coming to the stage, we have the performance of Shakespearean Sonnet number 152 by Tennille Chandler.
In loving thee thou knowest I am forsworn, but thou art twice forsworn to me loving swearing. In act by thy bed thou broke and new faith torn. I can't read. In vowing new hate after new love bearing. But why of two oaths breach do I accuse thee, when I break 20, I am perjured most? For all my vows are oaths to but to misuse thee, and all my honest faith in thee is lost. For I have sworn deep oaths of thy deep kindness, oaths of thy love, thy truth, thy constancy. And to enlighten thee, gave eyes to blindness, or made them swear against the thing they see. For I have sworn thee fair, I perjured I, to swear against the truth, so foul a lie. Yeah.
All right, let me introduce you, Hannah. All right, now coming to the podium is going to be a performance of Shakespearean Sonnet number 153, Hannah Sidhu.
Cupid laid by his brand and fell asleep. A maid of Dian's this advantage found, and his love-kindling fire did quickly steep in a cold valley fountain of that ground, which borrowed from his holy fire of love a dateless lively heat still to endure, and grew a seething bath which yet man prove, against strange maladies a sovereign cure. But at my mistress's eye, love's brand new fired, the boy for trial needs would touch my breast. I, sick withal, the help of bath desired, and thither hied a sad distempered guest, but found no cure. The bath for my help lies, where Cupid got new fire, my mistress's eyes.
It has been a long and arduous day. We have gone through 153 of Shakespeare's sonnets on his 450th birthday. It seems only appropriate that our last sonnet of the day and our last performance of the afternoon is going to be Shakespearean sonnet number 154 by the co-sponsor of the first annual Woodward Academy Shakespearean Sonnet Slam and Festival, Coach Scott Crook. Coach? Bring us on home, Coach. Bring us on home.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Thank you for your long day and your work, and for all the teachers and students that have participated in, I guess, our English department's Experience the Arts Day. So here's sonnet number 154. The little love god lying once asleep, laid by his side his heart-flaming brand, whilst many nymphs that vowed chaste life to keep came tripping by. But in her maiden hand the fairest votary took up that fire which many legions of true hearts had warmed, and so the general of hot desire was sleeping by a virgin hand disarmed. This brand she quenched in a cool well by, which from love's fire took heat perpetual, growing a bath and hearthful remedy for men diseased. But I, my mistress's thrall, came there for cure, and this by that I prove, love's fire heats water, and water cools not love. Happy birthday, William Shakespeare.
This is it. That's yours. The ascot is mine.
And Shakespeare has left the building.
That's all, folks.